Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Hi, hello, ni hao ma, konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo, hola, bonjour, and greetings to everyone. My name is Muhammad Ikhwan Muslim bin Muhammad NADZRI, and I'm currently 15 years old. I'm studying at SMK Raja CHULAN in the class of 3KAA. So today, I'll be doing none other than reviewing a novel. For your information, I've read about this novel a couple months ago, and it consists of 305 pages. The title of this novel is Get Them Back, written by Farhada Mira. To be honest, I've already read another novel from the same author, but I didn't like the plot of the novel at all, so that's why I decided to pick this novel to review about instead. Now, do you want to know how the story goes in this novel? Well, it tells a story about a high school girl named Akila, who is a Form 4 student at SMK Bukit Kejora. Fun fact, Akila has a big fat crush on a Form 5 student named Shazwan. One day, Akila decided to confess her love to Shazwan by writing him a love letter. She had a perfect plan: write the love letter on a cream paper, then seal the letter with a wax stamp so it would look somewhat vintage. Then, Akila would pass it to Eliana, her friend, who would pass it to Nakib, her cousin. Then Nakib would pass it to Shazwan's best friend, Imran. The plan was going very well until suddenly Akila's love letter was swapped with Shazwan's text speech. How careless of her! Akila didn't know about the mismatch, and it was already too late. Shazwan had already read her love letter in front of the whole school during the morning Monday assembly. How embarrassing! Of course, Akila felt very embarrassed. She thought that Shazwan had purposely humiliated her in front of the whole school. Well, Akila didn't stop right there. She wanted revenge. She wanted Shazwan to taste his own medicine. So, she decided to pull a prank on Shazwan. What did she do? Well, first, she asked Ishraf for help. Ishraf is a Form 5 student who also wanted to take revenge on Shazwan. Why is that, you may ask? Well, there was a rumor going around school that Shazwan was dating Batrisha, who also happens to be Ishraf's ex. So that's why Ishraf wanted to take revenge on Shazwan. So, Akila and Ishraf team up together to pull a prank on Shazwan. Their plan was simple: make a mess in the science lab, then frame Shazwan for the mess. Well, it didn't go quite well, and their plan actually backfired. Instead of Shazwan getting blamed, another person got framed. And it was the science teacher, or should I say, Eliana's mother, who was framed for the incident. How disappointing! Of course, Akila felt very ashamed of herself. She wanted to apologize to Eliana, but in her mindset, she thought that if she told Eliana about the incident, their friendship would fall apart. So, Akila decided to keep it a secret for now. So, what did Akila do? Did she learn from her mistake? Did she stop? Nope, she continued to pull more pranks on Shazwan, and by this, she's slowly ruining herself. Her academics drop, her parents are disappointed, her friendship destroyed, her own self is corrupted. She knew this was wrong. She knew there had to be a bad outcome to her actions, but she continued anyway, all because she couldn't stand the shame. Ishraf noticed her struggles, and Ishraf advised her. He advised her by telling her to move on and focus on herself more. Akila finally realizes her mistakes, and she couldn't bear the guilt in her heart. So, Akila decided to tell the truth and apologize to everyone for her mistakes. Unfortunately, she didn't get a positive feedback. Instead, everyone was ashamed and disappointed in her, which led her to get suspended for almost 2 weeks. Well, what happened to Akila then? I'm going to stop the story right here. If you find the story interesting so far and want to know the continuation of the story, you should go by and check the book out for yourself. Spoilers alert, it ends with a happy ending. Now, enough chit-chatting about the storyline. How about I tell you my opinions on this book? Personally, I love reading romance novels, especially those novels which were published by Manis Wordworks. Besides that, I really like this novel because of how realistic Akila's nature and her grudge against Shazwan, because Shazwan had humiliated her in front of the whole school. Apart from that, I also think that the challenges Akila faces every day are closely related to what most teenagers face today. Now, I think I'm going to end it here. In a nutshell, I highly recommend you guys to go buy and read this novel. Not only is the story interesting, but there are various lessons that can be learned in this book. For example, do not hold grudges on anyone and always learn from your mistakes, because failure is another step to success. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum, thank you and goodbye.